I mean, really, Mr. Speaker, is this the best the leader can do? A kind of I speak your weight auto-cue recitation of points that she's made in the 3 previous attempts on which this House has been recently embarrassed and disregarded just over the last 3 weeks alone. It is both a hopeless miscue of a response and bordering on a contempt of Parliament itself. Yet another attempt to change the subject, blame others and distract attention from the latest fiasco. Evidently, the defence of the realm is not important enough to merit making its way up the list of priorities in the government's media handouts. Lord Robertson himself, as you have said, Mr. Speaker, and I'm amazed that you had to intervene on the leader in her own remarks, would be ashamed and embarrassed to think this was being done in his name. Just 3 weeks ago, the leader had to be dragged to the Commons over the government's briefing of the immigration white paper outside this House. That came just days after it did the same thing on prisoner recall and the UK-US trade deal and, of course, the Chagos Islands. And that followed tuition fees, planning reforms and even the fiscal rules on which you, Mr. Speaker, had to reprove and chastise the Chancellor of the Exchequer. Now we have the unhappy sight of the Secretary of State for Defence no less extensively briefing the media on the decisions to deploy airborne nuclear weapons and build a next generation of submarines before coming to this House. Maybe they weren't important enough, as I say, Mr. Speaker, to merit a mention beforehand. Journalists have been able to read the Strategic Defence Review themselves since 10:30 a.m, while the opposition has been prevented until 5 minutes ago, Mr. Speaker, from seeing this document, precisely in order to avoid parliamentary scrutiny. All this in manifest breach of the Ministerial Code, the Nolan Principles and, of course, Labour's own manifesto, demonstrating the government's arrogance and complacency, its disdain for this House and for democratic accountability from the leader and, of course, the clue is in the title, the leader of the House, whose job it is to protect and safeguard this House alongside members. Unfortunately, the leader's obvious floundering in her response just now makes the point far better than I can. So I ask, when did she know about these announcements? What steps did she take to prevent the media briefings and have them made to the Commons first? Will she now apologise for yet another high-handed government decision for which she alone is fully responsible in this instance to this House?